And so here we are on the feast of the Blessed Trinity. And I love to preach about the Blessed Trinity. The Blessed Trinity is a great mystery. And that mystery was reflected in the gospel reading today. Did you understand that gospel reading very well today? I didn't either. And that's kind of the point. There's mysterious things about our faith. And you and I who have grown up in a postmodern, post-scientific method world, we sometimes think that we have to have every detail figured out on something before we'll accept it. Well, there's going to be aspects to God that we are not going to fully have figured out. And it's called a mystery. Now, I want to give you the definition of a mystery according to the Catholic Church. A mystery. A mystery is this. There is something unknowable. It's unknowable, but yet we have come to know it, but not completely. There is something unknowable. God is far beyond my brain. God can't fit in there. It's impossible to know God completely. Some of us don't even know ourselves. Your kids, you got your kids all figured out? There's mysteries in life. But yet we do know God. We do know, but not completely. You with me here? And faith is about being able to rest in that mystery and go along for that beautiful relationship, that journey with God. But that being said, I want to teach to you my understanding of the Blessed Trinity, because this is the fundamental mystery of our faith. 8th graders, you've heard this already. It's one of the benefits of going to Catholic school. So you're going to help me teach this, kind of. So the way I teach about the Trinity is with a banana. Now, I generally don't like to use props during Mass, but this one's pretty helpful. So I'm going to explain the Trinity with a banana, and I mean no offense to God, okay? So I know you can't see very well, but Trinity 101, a la Chiquita banana, okay? You with me here? And I hope this is helpful for you. So the peel, I just take off the peel. I don't think the peel has too much to do with my concept here. So now it's okay to use things like this. St. Patrick used a 3-leaf clover to explain the Trinity. So if I ever become a saint, I'll have a banana in my hand. That's going to be my... So you have a banana. Now this is really, really fascinating. The little section where the seed comes out, if I stick my finger in that end there where I know this is hard to see, I'm sorry, but a banana will actually divide into 3 segments just like an orange divides. Can you see that? Can you see that? Did you know that bananas divided that way?
Yes.
I did too.
It's in the field.
You all are going to be playing with your bananas, I know. So now I ask you, so there's 3 segments to this banana. Now I ask you, how many bananas do I have? I still have only 1 banana. It is just 1 banana. And in nature, you will only find bananas like this. You'll never find a banana divided into 3 segments, or you'll never find a banana with 1 segment missing. The nature of the banana is to be just like you see it here. But when you do further investigation and dissect and go into it, you can see that there's 3 distinct parts to it. And that's how God is. God is one. But when you begin to dive into the mystery of God, you can begin to just dissect it, and you'll see that there's actually 3 persons in God: Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Some of you just went, oh. Okay, I know it's hard to see. Sorry. So I have my 3 sections of the banana. All of this banana is made of the same thing, correct? It's all made of the same substance. It's all banana. But yet there's 3 distinct parts to this banana. I'll say part A, part B, and part C. Part A and part B and C are all the same thing. They're all banana. But question for you, is part A part B? It's not. I know your brain might be hurting now. Part B is not part C, and part C is not part A, but they're the same thing. They're made of the same thing, but look, I'm holding part A here. I'm not holding part B. I'm holding part A only. And right here I'm holding, in other words, they're distinct. There are 3 distinct parts to the 1 banana. And upon dissection, you can get a hold of those 3 parts. But as you experience bananas in reality, you always experience them like this. God is one. But in the nature of God is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. three distinct persons in the one God. And here's the final part, and my favorite part about the banana is you get to eat it. Now, generally I take a big bite, but I can't do that this morning because I've got to respect the fast before receiving Holy Communion, and I really like bananas. But you can eat the banana. Do you get it? God, in His great goodness, has allowed Himself to become food for us in the Holy Eucharist. We literally get to consume the divine nature. Next Sunday, we celebrate the Feast of Corpus Christi. God has made Himself food for us, literally. We get to consume God. That God's divine nature gets to come into us and sustain us. That is amazing. It's amazing what God has done for us. And so that's the Holy Trinity in a nutshell. And it's way bigger than that. But it's important for us to understand our faith in a deeper way. And here's this. And this is what I'm going to leave all of you with. 8th graders, I want you to take this with you. God is not a banana. You knew that. But what is God? The Bible tells us God is love. Deus caritas est. God is love. A banana is made up of potassium and sugars and proteins. God is love. The nature of God is love. And love is to choose the very greatest good for the other. That's the definition of love. That's what love is. And this is why God has to be a Trinity. Now you're going to really think with me. God has to be a Trinity because if God is love, there has to, by definition, be a person for God to love. Because love is to choose the greatest good for another. So if God is love and He exists before the creation of the universe, who's God loving? There has to be an object for God's love to go to. And so within the nature of God, God is love because the Father is eternally loving the Son, and the Son is eternally loving the Father, and that love between them is the Holy Spirit. Now see, the Muslims, they don't say God is love. They say God is one. And they never claim God to be love because they know that God can't be love because if God is one, there has to be someone else to love. So they have never said God is love. And that's reflected in theology. As Christians, we believe God is love. And we are all eternally meant to be in relationship of charity. And that is to be our goal, is to be in a relationship with God eternally, where we desire nothing but the flourishing of those around us. And that begins on this earth. And that is why we need the Eucharist. We need prayer. We need the Spirit of God, because the purpose of our life is not about my own flourishing, but the flourishing of those around me. That's it in a nutshell. And the words of Jesus are, do to others. Do to others. Do to others. Because that's what God is all about. God, from all eternity, has always been about the flourishing of the other. And you and I are invited into that mystery. So in your marriage, in your work, in your home, in your friendships, it's all about the flourishing of the other. And the moment I begin to close that off and put mirrors in front of me, I'm on the wrong path. Because it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about the flourishing of others. And that's a great journey to be on.